Convidados especiais. Hi everyone, and today we have special guests, so the transmission is in English. Today we have the opportunity to talk to the four captains of the teams that have reached the semifinals of the World Team Championship of Carcassonne. And we have with us David Boudoir, Dev Dean on the Board Game Arena from Catalonia. Welcome. Representing Japan, which is progressive top line on Board Game Arena. Welcome. And Marian Kutkan, Mars 15 by Romania. Welcome. And finally, Vladimir Kovalek, which is someone you know in Board Game Arena from Russia. Welcome. We want to give special thanks to you who had to get up very early to participate in this event. We really appreciate it. Before starting, I would like to announce that the schedules for the two semifinals are already set. Both of them will happen on Sunday, and the first will be Romania versus Russia at 12 UTC plus 2, and the second will be played between Catalonia and Japan on Sunday at 14 UTC plus 2. And now, let's chat with the four protagonists of this talk. So I will ask some questions and then you can answer in whatever order you prefer. So let's go to the first question. What made Carcassonne popular in your country, and how do you think other countries may popularize it?
Okay, I will start. If you allow me. Carcassonne is already a classic modern board game, let's say. In Romania, we had it quite early. People started playing it, so at the first glance, it looks easy to learn, but hard to master. As time passed by, they started to discover hidden strategies, hidden tactics, and then competitions started to take place. I think this was the most important factor in making this board game so popular. And yeah, I think other countries already started communities. They train a lot. They share their knowledge. But let's say the most key factor to make it popular is to win a competition, a big competition like this one. So
If
yeah,
I can.
From my side.
Do you hear?
Anyone else wants to talk about Carcassonne in their countries?
Yeah, okay, I can say something. I think that from the publisher's side, Carcassonne is positioned as a game that introduces newcomers to the world of board games in Russia. And the price for Carcassonne in Russia is really very low. It's nearly of 20-30 euro. And of course, Carcassonne tournaments have also increased the popularity of the game. In other countries, I think, yes, tournaments is the best engine to make Carcassonne more popular.
Yes, I think winning a tournament is definitely something that makes it more popular. How about Japan? Is it popular there?
Yes, it is very popular. In Japan, there are two reasons why they are so popular in Japan. The first is that in the past few years, many board cafes have sprung up all over Japan. There is an environment in Japan where anywhere can play Carcassonne anytime, anywhere. The second is that there are many people who promote the fun of competitive Carcassonne, and there are many books related to it in Japan.
Oh, like chess, something like that. RPG books. Nice. And so, what about Catalonia? I don't know if David can hear it. Maybe we can go on and then we come back. So, how are you experiencing this second edition of the championship? And what has surprised you, or what have you liked about it?
I really enjoyed this competition. What, let's say, has surprised me is the organizing skills. A lot of people involved in this, in organizing this competition. We have several articles, graphic design, almost automatization of the results for each game. So I really like this additional point they have. Another thing I like is that we have more countries who are participating. Before last year, let's say we had this pilot tournament, but this year countries who participate are really strong, and a good thing.
Vladimir, maybe.
Okay, I'm really surprised by the number of teams that have registered for the tournament, and it's congratulations from me to Carcassonne Cup. And I hope that this interest will motivate you to continue working on the tournament and promote it. And of course, I also like your activity in different sources, as Instagram and site. I understand that it requires a lot of time, but I'm very glad that your enthusiasm doesn't leave you. Yes.
Genho, do you talk about this edition of the championship? How it has been for you?
I was surprised to see the number of participating countries and players increase. I'm also happy to see that there are so many distributors.
Yes, I think the increasing number of teams only show that there is a growing interest in Carcassonne right now, and it's good. We have this growth in the community. So this year, you know, Hans im Glück and Spielzentrum, the official sponsors of individual Carcassonne World Championship, made the World Team Championship official too. How do you all feel about it?
I mean, it was almost, from my point of view, inevitable decision because of the success of the last year's tournament and the last, let's say, real championship from last year not being held. Yeah, all the players. We wanted to organize ourselves somehow to play Carcassonne competitively, and yeah, I'm very glad they support us.
And as for me, I thought this was going to happen, and really every day I waited for this news, and it came, and this is great. Yeah.
do you want to say something or?
At first, I was surprised, and I feel that WTCOC is rightly given a good reputation.
How is the experience of being the captain of your team? Is it a lot of work? You had to do a lot, or was it easy? How do you feel about it?
Of course, there are some things we need to take care about, like scheduling our games, talking to the other captains. But I really like this, and yeah, I really like to analyze the other teams and to make the lineup. But this, I think, comes with an additional responsibility because it feels, yeah, very sad as a captain to lose a game. But lucky enough, my team is able to save me if I have a bad day.
No?
Oh, I think David is with us right now. So David, do you want to talk anything about being the captain of your team? Is it a lot of work?
I'm so sorry. This is Fisherman. I'm Pere Vives,
Oh,
member of the Catalan team. We have some issues with David's connection, so I will try to do my best. Happy to see you.
okay. Thank you. So, Fisherman, you can talk on behalf of David from Catalonia. Um, how are you organized as a team? Do you think the captain had a lot of work?
If you want, guys, I can talk in name of David because we used to talk a lot about the process of selecting the members of the team each week and try to understand which is the best possibility to face our opponents. So yes, he used to think a lot about the players that are in best shape at any moment, and he also tries to have a look to our opponents each week. And of course, it's not an easy thing if you wanna to have the best lineup each week. So I think it's a lot of work. And David sometimes says that, oh man, I have to look a lot of things to make the best lineup each week.
As for me, I never thought it would be so much work. It's really like a second job for me. And the tournament is very long for our team. It will be 11 matches in this tournament for our team, and it spent really very much time because I need to speak with my teammates, speak with opponent, captain about time, then some game analysis with my teammates. I really need a vacation.
It's a lot of work. What about Genro? Do you have a lot of work being the captain?
I was surprised. I struggle to keep players motivated. This is probably a unique problem of the previous champion.
Yes, motivation is very important. So, were you able to follow the championship in detail? Is there any team that has surprised you for good or for bad?
I try to watch every single match. Of course, I'm really enjoying this tournament. A lot of teams surprised me, even from the group stage. Argentina, for example, they almost qualified from Group A, I think. Then Chile as well in Group D. They had a very good start. Italy from Group C, from our group as well. And yeah, from now on, from the eliminatory stages on, yeah, there are no, let's say, weaker teams. They are all very strong, and let's say, any result will not be a huge surprise.
I agree with Marian talking about Italy and Chile. I think that at the beginning of the tournament, we can expect really good results for Italy, but I think that they did it much more better than most of the people expected. I think that they did a great job. Talking about Chile, I think that looking at the results in the Copa America, maybe we didn't expect that they reached so high. So they were really near to get to the next stage. So for me, this has been the two big surprises talking about teams.
As for me, I follow championship, but mainly Group C and D, where the teams from Russia, Ukraine, and Lithuania, Latvia, and maybe you know, I streamed with my friend from Lithuania some matches, so most of them I watched. Yes. As for me, yes, Chile had a great performance. Italy, and I'm really disappointed of Brazil. I hope. I wish you really good luck for your next Copa America. I hope it will be next year or this year. And because Brazil have very good players, and I hope they can win a trophy. Yes.
Indeed.
Yes, I also hope we can get up again.
Yeah, I just want to add a small thing. I totally agree with Vladimir. I think that Brazil, they have amazing players and an amazing community. I don't know what really happens. Maybe they have the pressure of soccer over them. I don't know if it has some kind of relation, but they have, I think, 4 or 5 amazing players, and for sure, I think that the next year they will reach higher than this year for sure.
Yeah, I think we are very motivated. I speak because I know some of the players from the selection, so from the team. So I think everyone is trying to get it right this time, and I think everyone gave their best. What about Jinho?
As a friend of Asia, I try to watch the games of Taiwan and Hong Kong. I was surprised to see Hong Kong the tournament for the first time. They were in a tough group, but I feel their team is growing well.
Yes, for me also Hong Kong looks, even if they didn't have a very good result, they played really well, and yeah, also against us, we had difficulties in winning against them. So yeah, they are growing.
Well, let's talk a little about this final stretch of the competition. So, how do you feel now that you are already in the semifinals?
I feel very, let's say, exciting. Yeah, even if we've been there last year, now I think it's somehow different because the overall level increased so much, and yeah, there were more teams this year, and yeah, it was somehow unexpected, but we believe in our chance to continue in this tournament.
Okay.
Vladimir?
Vladimir?
Okay. I think that I really think that being in semifinals is a great success for us because really many teams have strengthened after last tournaments while we have lost two great players. Muzacheva went to Lithuanian team, and we have one more player who played in first championship who don't want to play more. Yes, and even in this situation, semifinals is really a very good result for us, I think.
Well, about us, we're really happy because it's been really hard because our philosophy is to be a team of 10 people, and we try in the best way we can to all the players have the opportunities, and we do the best we can with all the members playing. And we were really afraid when we reached the elimination stage against Germany, because of course they are the the European champions right now, and we were really scared about it. We have to be honest, because they have amazing players like Nocivo, like Robert, a lot of amazing players. And after that, when you have to reach to Poland, that they've been the best team in the group stage with 6 victories and 0 losses, it was like, oh man, we will have to give the best of us and maybe have some luck. And we know that Carcassonne sometimes have a little bit of luck, and we are really happy. Our desire it was to reach the final stage, and we are right now in semifinals. So it's been hard, but it's amazing for us.
I'm relieved. People may take it for granted, but the player doesn't feel that way. He's a little nervous.
And so I think some of you have talked about it, but has it been hard to get starts? Which was the
Yes.
hardest moment, if you want to talk about it?
Yeah, in our group, yeah, every single match seemed hard, but I think the turning point was winning against Russia. It gave us confidence that we can very good result in the group, and then we won it again. Thanks to Russia, because because the result from the last round helped us win the group, and then we rested for 1 week, and yeah, we faced the UK, a very strong team, yeah, very good players, which are constantly training, which are constantly playing in arena in Bergen, in BGA, and yeah, we somehow managed to win against them, and here we are. Vladimir, what do you think?
As for us, I think we had very much hard matches in this tournament, and we played more matches than any other team, and playoff for us began after fourth match when we lost to Romania. So we needed to win every match to go to playoff after it. And then we had a match against Hungary when which was won in the last game, and it was draw with faults from both players in the end. And then we had a really hard match against Mexico. After the match, I watched stream, and in a moment we had. We lost 7-1 at the moment, and we should win 5 games to go in quarterfinal. And I think we can't play without hard matches. Really, we won many hard matches, and I hope our luck will be with us.
Well, for us, I talked before about the games with Germany or with Poland, but it's true that in the groups stage we had also really hard games. For example, I remember that we had to win Argentina. We need to win Argentina because they were a direct opponent for the classification. And also the first game of the groups stage with the United Kingdom, we beat them, but it was 3-2 and really close games. And well, maybe with Japan it wasn't so hard because it was, I think, quite easy for them. So we had a lot of hard games over all in all the competition.
I think the quarterfinal match against the Czech Republic was the most difficult. My prediction of the order was wrong, and the members of the team were not in good condition.
What aspects do you think have made it possible for your teams to be ranked at among the top 4? And I would like to know if you can talk about how many people are there in each team, just for recap. How many players do you have in your teams?
Okay. We have only 7 players, which makes us a more compact team. Might be an next step for winning so far, but I think the main thing is desire to win. I think every team has a lot of good players, very skillful. They are constantly training, but I think this is our advantage. We really want to win this competition.
Vladimir?
As for our team, we have 10 players, but only 7 players are in play were in our lineups, and 1 player played only 1 match. And I really like system with 7 or 8 players, because it's really easy to to plan a lineup with it, because it's very much time to for qualifying tournaments uh, for every next game. I think we should change our qualification tournament in team for next World Championship or Euro Championship, because it wasn't really good last time.
About us, we have 10 people because we really believe, since we created last year this competition from Carcassonne.cat, that we want to share this experience with as much people as we can, because probably the big part of the players in this competition will never be able to take part in the World Championship in Essen, that it's only for one player for each country. So our spirit is to give the opportunity to enjoy this kind of World Championship to the biggest number of players, not only in Catalonia or Spain or Europe or Asia, all over the world. So I think that we have to give example with this, and of course we also would like to win, but we always say that our team is going to become the 10 or the fourth or the number 2. But whatever it happens, it will be with 10 people. And of course, there are some of them that only play it 2 games, but they play it for sure. And others play it 6 games, others 3. But this is our spirit. And I think that at the same time, this give us some kind of, I don't know if the word is magical strength or something like this, but we have this feeling that being generous once with the others, the thing is working. And maybe next year it will not work like this, but we have this spirit. We are 10 people, and we will still doing like this. Sorry.
We have 10 members. Fortunately, all 10 members are highly skilled. Even if some members cannot play or do not perform well in a game, we have the team strengths to cover up them.
And have you been specially preparing for this next confrontation or the semifinals?
So far, no, but yeah, we had several very hard matches, so the next one will be, I think, will be even harder. But I think we are very prepared to play it. Of course, perhaps in next days we have to analyze some key matches. I think we will have a group meeting to analyze the opponent.
Now we are waiting for lineups, and then usually we waiting for lineups, and then we watch and analyze games of our opponents, and also share our opinion about playing styles of players. So now we can do nothing.
Well, for us, we played a lot of times with our friends from Japan. We have, I think, if I'm not wrong, Genro, we played 3 friendly matches, I think, and apart from the ones in competition. And we nearly know the way they play, and they are really tactical. They think a lot about how to use each style. And of course, we are thinking a lot in the lineups. Genro, come on, give me the lineup. And well, we have some speculation about the lineup. And right now, I have to admit it that we are looking some games of the Japanese players, but it's in some random way because we didn't really know who will be our contrincant. So we have to wait, I think, for tomorrow or the day after tomorrow to finally do the last effort to try to beat them.
I looked up all the past games with Catalonia. I predict the opponent's order and put together the best our team based on compatibility. But detailed strategy is secret.
I think everyone
For
is
sure.
very anxious for the lineups. And Emily, what do you think of your rival? Any strengths, virtues? Which are the stronger players? Maybe if you wanna say something. Idea?
Yeah, I think we have one of the most difficult opponents. I mean, everyone is afraid of a Russian team because they are very strong. Have a lot of strong players. Yeah, of course, we all know Vladimir. He was world champion. He plays really well. He is the arena champion from the last season in BGA. But yeah, they have the entire team is very strong. It will be very difficult. But yeah, we'd like to think that we are strong as well, and yeah, we will try our best to win the match.
I think we have a very difficult opponent. Romanian team is the only team that has that beaten us more than 3-2. And you again, Romanian team is again in the semifinals. So I think it will be a very hard match. And the most difficult players, I think, of course, Marian and Gerappa. I don't really know how Sneak is pronounced, and I think contender for the MVP game over. Yes, and we wait for this match, and I hope we can do our best.
Well, what can I say about Japan? I'm just going while talking with you to the Japanese team on Carcassonne.cat teams page. And if I start to say the names, I think all the people that it's looking this streaming will know nearly all of them. Pindertron, Osirimaru, Koko, Kitara, Snow Island, Shocker, Shoot, Toki, 3106 Kun, Progressive Top Line. Well, doing a small version of what I said, they have two world championships. They have players like Kitara that control the tiles till the last movement. It's amazing when you play, for example, with Kitara, because it's like he's he's using all the time that he has to predict the last two or three tiles that there's in the game, and he's right most of the times. Also, when you play with Pinderton with Takafumi, it is really hard because we all know that there's some modern movements in the new style of Carcassonne that lots of them came from Takafumi's style. I think that a lot of us learn movements from Takafumi. Also, a lot of us learn movements from Vladimir. The guys from Mexico have a movement called Someone You Know. So yeah, it's about cities. You can talk with Elias or with Complex or Manarori. They will tell you about it. And Genro, for sure, he's also a world champion. And they have the youngest player in the championship that he's a genius. I don't know if he's 13 or 14 years old. So what can we expect with a team with a lot of talent and I think that they study a lot and they have a really own method it will be really hard, but we have to try it.
Since I don't have a crystal ball to predict the future, so our biggest rival right now is Catalonia. Their high player skills, motivation, and teamwork are extraordinary in the world.
Well, guys, do you have any final words? Maybe if you want to say anything, or I don't know if we have any questions. I haven't received them. But if you want to say something to everyone who is watching, for the words.
I just can say that as a member of the staff that it's organizing this championship, we are really happy with the enthusiasm of all the teams, all the players, and we really enjoyed a lot with this second edition. We try to improve new things, to try to get better each time as a collective that is creating this event with the friends of Carcassonne Brazil and Carcassonne Mexico. And well, we want that this championship lasts for a long time. We will do it next year, and we hope that all of you will join us again. And we're really happy to enjoy moments like this with three world champions, with Julais. So I think that we are doing something more than play Carcassonne, because this championship started or was created in the beginning of the pandemic, and I think that it helped a lot of people last year to create this tournament, because couldn't we can't play live tournaments, and I think this was a good idea to give some kind of illusion in a virtual world for all Carcassonne players. So what I want to share is this feeling of community, and it's nice to win, but I think the best thing that we have in the World Team Championship is that we are much more people than in the SN Championship. That of course it's wonderful to take part of the individual World Championship, but I think that the value of this big community playing Carcassonne, it's the biggest prize for all of us. So that's what I have to say.
Idea.
I would like to thank the organizers for making this possible. I know they put a lot of work. They sometimes sacrifice their free time, and I really appreciate it.
Vladimir?
One second. As for me, I think this tournament, this and last tournament of the last year, really changed. Two big words, but changed life, because it really was one of the most impressions of the year, because borders were closed. You can only sit home and play Carcassonne or something else, and this championship was really a great idea, and really gave us me and to my team many emotions. Maybe sometimes they were not good, but it is better than nothing. And I started to grow my beard only because of Carcassonne, because like maybe you know, in hockey it's tradition when you can't share your bid till the tournament don't stop. And I thought,
Like me.
maybe I can try to do it too. Thank you guys, thank you Carcassonne Cat, you are the best. And also all who helps you, Carcassonne Brazil, Carcassonne Mexico. Thank you very much for this experience.
Thank you for giving us this wonderful opportunity. Let's have a good match.
I
Yeah.
think I can agree with everything all said. As being out of the teams of the tournament, I am only watching it. Maybe one day I will be in a team, but I think it was wonderful for the community as a whole. In Brazil, we have a lot of people watching the tournament. Personally, I watched the matches, and it was exciting to have this these matches and this community around it. And I think it brings us all together in this moment where we are so apart from everyone. And it was very great. And I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for to Carcassonne Cat for organizing this tournament. And it has been a pleasure to share this talk with you. I want to congratulate every one of you as captains and players from your teams, and see you next time, and have great matches at the semifinals. Thank you all, and thank you
Thank
everyone
you.
watching us. Bye bye.
Good luck, guys. Good luck.
Thank you for having us. Nice.
Bye.
Goodbye.